Hello everybody, my name's Rocky. I'm a staff here at our Table Rock Base Camp at North Carolina Outward Bound School. And I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about the shelters that we use that we're going to be sleeping in on a course. We use tarps, just like this one. And the reason we use tarps is that they're lightweight, they're easily packable, and just as waterproof as any tent that you'll find. So we're going to walk through a setup here, and there's many different ways you can set it up. We're going to be looking at a classic A-frame style. So our first step is going to be to find our ridgeline. The ridgeline is a seam here that goes right along the length of it in the center. And finding the ridgeline, we're going to put a piece of paracord, camp cord, just like this, on the end of that, using a bowline. I'm going to turn the key of that bowline. I'm going to bring a bight up through there, and then take my working strand, put it right through that bight, and then pull this tight, and the whole thing flips over and pulls tight, and that's a proper bowline right there. And then we're going to take that same P-cord, find a tree that is the right distance from our other end that we want. Also, we're looking for a flat spot here. We have a nice catered cribbing here for us. And around this tree, we're going to tie the taut line hitch. And that is going to look like starting around the tree. I'm going to cross over the strand coming towards the tree and do a few wraps. I like to do 3. And then I'm going to come over that strand that comes from the tree under this guy, and I created a loop right here, and I'm going to go through that loop and pull that tight. The beauty of this is that it is adjustable, so later on if I want to tighten this or loosen it, I can. Now I took the liberty of putting some more P-cords on before we got started, so I'm going to bring this over to, oh, see, look at this. I'm going to have to loosen that side. You might see a furry beast running around. This is Dolly, our base camp dog. She is wonderful and friendly and loving, but also distractible, so try and stay tuned. So I'm going to do another one of those taut line hitches right here. And this one, I'm actually going to finish on a bight. If you take just a bight of P-cord, looks like an alligator jaws, that's a bight, and pass that through that final loop that you have, it'll be very simple and easy to take out at the end of the day or the next day when you're packing up camp. So that was our first step, set up your ridgeline. Second step is going to be to find your 4 corners and do stake those out. And you're looking for a perfect capital Y shape here. And as I mentioned before, sometimes you'll be using stakes like this. Other times you could be using just sticks out in the woods. One less thing to carry on your back. So here I'm going to do that taut line. Hi, Dolly. All right, and that looks like a good angle that I have here. I might come back and adjust that later if I need to. I'm gonna jump over to this side now. Do that same thing. Again, going for that perfect angle. If I don't get that perfect angle, it might lead to some slack in our tarp, and any wrinkles or sagging areas you have will hold water just a little bit longer and potentially create a drip in places that you don't want it to drip. So we're just going to make sure that we have it nice and tight and have everything at the right angle. Corner number 3. corner number 4 here. Again, I'm going for 3 wraps. And finishing through that loop that I make at the end. As I place the stake in, I'm going to try and get an angle back towards the tarp. All right. And after I get all my corners up, I'm going to go ahead and use that taut line to get those P-cords nice and tight. So that's the end of our second step. And our third step would be to stake out the middle of our long side. I think y'all get the point, so I'm not going to belabor that. But no, this is ultimately the end product we're looking for. We have a couple sizes of tarps. This tarp would fit about 2 to 3 people, and then we have a longer tarp that could fit up to 5 people. All right, thanks for staying tuned, and hopefully we'll see you out there.